Beloved believers, embracing the journey as the chosen ones of God. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, have you ever felt a deep stirring within your soul? A sense that your life is meant for something far greater? This is not a coincidence, but a divine call. Too often, we find ourselves lost in the noise of the world, seeking approval, chasing fleeting goals, and forgetting the power and purpose we carry within. What if today is the day you step into the fullness of your destiny? Stay with us as we uncover how you can embrace this higher calling. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to The Anointed for more inspiring content to fuel your journey. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, have you ever paused to reflect on the intricate tapestry of your life? Imagine for a moment that every triumph and trial, every moment of joy and sorrow, is but a thread in a grand design woven by the hands of the Almighty. Can you feel it? That gentle stirring within your soul, a whisper calling you to something greater? This is not happenstance. It is a sacred calling, a divine invitation to step into your purpose. Consider the story of Joseph, a man who dared to dream in the face of betrayal, imprisonment, and despair. His brothers, driven by jealousy, sold him into slavery. Yet, even in the pit, Joseph clung to his faith, trusting in the silent workings of God. Beloved believers, can you relate to Joseph's plight? Have you ever felt abandoned, forgotten, or betrayed by those closest to you? And yet, like Joseph, you are not alone. In the silence, God is working. In the darkness, He is crafting a greater plan. But why does the path of the chosen often feel so arduous? Why do we, as the chosen ones of God, face trials that seem insurmountable? The answer lies in the refining fire of purpose. Just as gold must endure the heat to reveal its brilliance, so too must we endure challenges to uncover the divine strength within us. Think of a seed buried in the soil. To the untrained eye, it appears lifeless, forgotten beneath layers of dirt. But within, a transformation is taking place. The seed draws strength from the earth, pushing through the darkness until it emerges into the light, growing into a mighty tree. Beloved believers, this is your story. You are that seed, chosen by God, destined to break through the darkness and flourish. Being chosen is not a promise of an easy life, but a guarantee of a purposeful one. When Jesus walked among us, He bore the weight of humanity's sins, enduring suffering and rejection. Yet, through His sacrifice, He illuminated the path for us, a path of faith, hope, and redemption. Do you see the parallels in your own journey? The moments of silence when God feels distant are not moments of abandonment, but of preparation. Just as the heavens remained silent as Jesus prayed in Gethsemane, so too do we face our moments of trial. But take heart, for those moments are where our faith is fortified. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, I ask you, what trials are you facing today? Perhaps it is the loss of a loved one, the sting of betrayal, or the weight of uncertainty. Whatever it may be, know this: your struggle is not in vain. Like Joseph in the pit, like Jesus in the tomb, your story is far from over. The silence is not the end. It is the beginning of a revelation. Can you hear it? The call to rise above your circumstances. The world may try to drown it out with distractions and doubts, but it is there. A still, small voice urging you to take the next step. Picture a mountain climber scaling a steep cliff. Each step is grueling, the air grows thinner, and the summit feels impossibly far. Yet, with every ounce of strength, the climber presses on, fueled by the vision of the view from the top. Beloved believers, this is your journey. The summit may seem distant, but the glory that awaits is worth every struggle. In the book of Revelation, we are reminded of the ultimate victory of those who remain faithful. To the one who is victorious, I will give the right to sit with me on my throne. Revelation 3 verse 21. This promise is not just for the saints of old, but for you, the chosen ones of God. Do you believe this? Do you trust that your struggles are shaping you for something greater? Beloved believers, let this be the moment you embrace your sacred calling. Reflect on the trials that have shaped you, the moments of silence that have tested your faith. These are not setbacks but stepping stones, leading you closer to your purpose. Like Joseph, like Jesus, you are being prepared for something extraordinary. Trust in the process, for the hands that hold the universe are holding you. As we continue this journey together, I encourage you to interact with this message. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What resonates with you? What challenges are you facing? Don't forget to subscribe to The Anointed and join our community of believers as we delve deeper into the mysteries of God's plan for our lives. Together, we will uncover the divine truths that will empower us to rise above and fulfill our purpose. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, remember this. You are not defined by your struggles, but by the strength you find in them. The silence is not the absence of God, but the space where He is crafting your story. Will you trust Him? Will you rise? The journey begins now. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, let us delve deeper into the miracle that dwells within you. Have you ever marveled at the sheer resilience of the human spirit? Like an unyielding flame, there is a power within you that refuses to be extinguished, a power placed there by the Creator Himself. This is your inner strength, your divine inheritance as one of God's chosen. Picture a diamond buried deep within the earth. It begins as carbon, unremarkable and hidden. Yet, under immense pressure and heat, it transforms into something of extraordinary value. Beloved, you are that diamond. The pressures of life, the trials and tribulations, are not meant to destroy you, but to refine and reveal the brilliance within. Can you see it? Can you feel the transformation that is happening in the quiet corners of your soul? The world often defines strength by outward appearances, power, wealth, influence. But the strength of the chosen ones of God is different. It is quiet yet unshakable, humble yet mighty. It is the strength that enabled David, a mere shepherd boy, to face the giant Goliath. It is the courage that sustained Esther as she risked her life to save her people. And it is the unwavering faith that carried Jesus through the agony of the cross. Beloved believers, this same strength resides in you. When you feel overwhelmed by the weight of the world, remember that your strength comes not from your own might but from the divine power within you. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4 verse 13. This is not just a verse. It is a truth written into the very fabric of your being. Do you feel the weight of expectations, the fear of failure, or the sting of rejection? Know that these are mere shadows compared to the light within you. Like the sun breaking through stormy clouds, your inner power can dispel even the darkest of doubts. Will you choose to rise, to let your light shine? The world needs your brilliance, your unique gift, your unwavering faith. To fully embrace this power, we must confront the chains that bind us. Too often, we allow the opinions of others to dictate our worth. We chase after validation, approval, and acceptance, forgetting that we are already chosen, already loved, already enough. Imagine a bird, created to soar, yet confined in a cage. The cage is not its destiny, nor is it yours. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, what cages are holding you back? Is it the fear of failure? The wounds of past rejection? The doubts whispered by the enemy? Whatever it may be, remember this. The key to your freedom is already in your hands. It is your faith, your trust in the one who calls you by name. Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." John 8 verse 32. The truth is this: you are not defined by your past, your failures, or the labels the world places on you. You are defined by the God who created you, the one who sees your potential and calls you his own. Will you dare to believe this truth? Will you step out of the cage and into the freedom that is rightfully yours? As you embrace your inner power, you will begin to see the world differently. The mountains that once seemed insurmountable will become stepping stones. The storms that once threatened to overwhelm you will become opportunities to demonstrate your faith. This is the transformation that occurs when you walk in the truth of who you are. Consider the story of the butterfly. It begins as a caterpillar, crawling on the ground, unaware of its potential. Then, in the stillness of the chrysalis, a miraculous transformation takes place. The caterpillar does not become something entirely new. It simply reveals what was always within it. Beloved believers, this is your journey. The power to soar has always been within you. The challenges you face are merely the chrysalis, preparing you for the moment when you spread your wings. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, now is the time to awaken to your inner power. Reflect on the moments when you felt weak, lost, or defeated. Can you see how those moments were shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for something greater? Can you feel the stirrings of strength within you, calling you to rise? I invite you to take a moment to connect with this truth. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize the diamond within you, shining brighter with each breath. Feel the chains of doubt and fear falling away. Know that you are chosen, loved, and equipped for every challenge you face. Share your journey with us in the comments below. What chains are you breaking free from? What victories are you celebrating? Let us stand together as a community of believers, encouraging and uplifting one another. And don't forget to subscribe to The Anointed for more messages of hope and inspiration. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, you are stronger than you know. The power within you is not just for you. It is for the world that desperately needs your light. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you step into your purpose? The journey is not easy, but it is worth it. Together, let us walk in faith, guided by the one who calls us his own. The transformation begins now. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, have you ever felt the weight of expectations pressing down on your shoulders? Have you found yourself seeking approval from others, bending to their will, or feeling trapped by the manipulative forces around you? It is a heavy burden to carry, and yet, as God's chosen, you were never meant to live in chains. You were designed for freedom, a divine freedom that breaks the bonds of control and sets you on the path of purpose. Let us return to the story of Joseph. Betrayed by his own brothers, he was sold into slavery and later imprisoned under false accusations. If ever there was a life overshadowed by the control of others, it was his. Yet Joseph's spirit remained unbroken because he trusted in a power greater than his oppressors. Beloved believers, do you see the lesson in his story? Even in captivity, Joseph was free because his identity was rooted not in the opinions of men but in the promises of God. The need for approval is one of the most insidious chains that binds us. It whispers lies, convincing us that our worth is dependent on the validation of others. But beloved, you are not defined by their opinions. Think of a tree standing tall in the forest. It does not shrink when the wind blows, nor does it grow taller when praised by the birds that rest on its branches. It simply exists, deeply rooted in the earth, nourished by the unseen forces below. Beloved, you are that tree. Your worth comes from the one who planted you, not from the fleeting opinions of others. Jesus himself was no stranger to rejection. Despite his miracles and teachings, he was scorned, mocked, and ultimately crucified. Yet, he did not waver, for he knew his mission was not to please men but to fulfill the will of his Father. In the Gospel of John, he says, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." John 15 verse 18. Beloved believers, as chosen ones of God, you may face rejection and criticism, but remember this: your worth is already sealed in the heavens. What approval are you seeking today? From a parent, a friend, a colleague, or even from society at large? Lay it down. Release the burden of trying to meet their expectations. Instead, focus on the truth. You are already loved, already chosen, and already enough in the eyes of God. Manipulation is another chain that seeks to ensnare the chosen. It comes in many forms: coercive relationships, societal pressures, or even our own self-doubt. The enemy delights in using these tactics to distract and derail us from our divine purpose. But beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, you hold the key to breaking free: the truth. Consider the story of Jesus in the wilderness. After fasting for 40 days, he was tempted by Satan, who sought to manipulate him with promises of power and glory. Yet Jesus stood firm, countering each temptation with the truth of God's word. Man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Matthew 4 verse 4. His victory in the wilderness is a powerful reminder that truth is our greatest weapon against manipulation. What lies have you been told? That you are not enough, that you must conform, that you must compromise your values to succeed? Recognize these for what they are, attempts to control you. Stand firm in the truth, for as Jesus declared, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." John 8 verse 32. Freedom is not simply the absence of control. It is the presence of purpose. When we release the chains of approval and manipulation, we step into the fullness of our calling. Like an eagle soaring above the storm, we rise above the noise and distractions of the world, guided by the steady hand of God. Imagine a ship setting sail on the open sea. Its course is determined not by the waves that crash against it, but by the compass it follows. Beloved believers, your compass is the Word of God. It will guide you through every storm, every trial, and every attempt to steer you off course. Trust it, and trust the one who holds the map of your life. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, this is your moment to break free. Reflect on the chains that have held you captive. What approval have you been chasing? What lies have you believed? What forces have sought to control your life? Name them and then release them. Speak these words aloud. I am chosen by God. I am free. I will no longer be defined by the opinions or manipulations of others. Take this opportunity to share your journey with us in the comments below. What chains are you breaking free from? What truths are you embracing? Let us encourage one another, for we are stronger together as a community of believers. And don't forget to subscribe to The Anointed for more messages that inspire and empower. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, you were not created to live in bondage. You were created to thrive, to shine, to fulfill the purpose God has placed on your life. Will you take the first step toward freedom today? Will you trust the one who calls you by name? The chains are falling, and the path to freedom is before you. Step into it with faith, for the journey continues. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, let us now journey into the heart of the storm. The moments when life's chaos feels overwhelming and peace seems impossible. Have you ever stood on the shore, watching the waves crash with relentless force, feeling powerless against their might? This is how life often feels. Unpredictable, uncontrollable, and unrelenting. Yet, as God's chosen, you are not without refuge. Even in the fiercest storm, there is a peace that surpasses all understanding, a divine calm that anchors your soul. Picture a hurricane, its winds howling and its rains lashing against all in their path. Yet, at the very center of this chaos lies the eye of the storm, a place of stillness and quiet. Beloved believers, this is the peace that God offers you. It does not come from the absence of trials, but from the presence of trust. The storms of life may rage around you, but within, you can find rest in the unwavering faithfulness of your Creator. Consider the story of Jesus calming the storm. As his disciples battled the waves, fear gripped their hearts. They cried out, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Mark 4 verse 38. How often do we echo this cry, feeling abandoned in our moments of struggle? Yet Jesus, with a simple command, silenced the wind and waves, asking his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Mark 4 verse 40. Beloved, this same Jesus speaks to the storms in your life. His voice brings peace, not because the storm disappears, but because his presence reassures you that you are never alone. Life's storms often come without warning. A sudden loss, an unexpected betrayal, a door that slams shut just as you were about to walk through it. In these moments, it is natural to feel shaken, but as God's chosen, you are called to respond differently. Imagine a tree rooted deeply in the earth. When the winds blow, its branches may sway, but its roots hold firm. This is the strength of the chosen, a peace that comes from being deeply rooted in God's promises. How do we find this stillness? Through surrender. The world tells us to fight, to control, to fix every situation. But God's way is different. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. Stillness is not passivity. It is an active choice to trust that the one who created the storm is also the one who will carry you through it. Beloved believers, will you choose to let go of your fears and let God take control? True peace is not found in the absence of challenges, but in the presence of God. It is the quiet assurance that no matter what happens, you are held in the hands of the Almighty. Think of a child nestled in a parent's arms, unbothered by the chaos around them because they know they are safe. This is the peace offered to you as one of God's chosen. Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." John 14 verse 27. The world's peace is fleeting, dependent on circumstances. But the peace of Christ is eternal, unshaken by the storms of life. It is a gift freely given, waiting for you to receive it. Will you open your heart to this peace today? As God's chosen, you are not only called to experience peace, but to embody it. Imagine a lighthouse standing tall amidst crashing waves, its light cutting through the darkness, guiding ships to safety. You are that lighthouse. Your peace, rooted in God, is a testimony to the world, a beacon of hope for those lost in the storm. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, how can you live out this peace in your daily life? Start by seeking God in prayer and meditation, grounding yourself in His Word. Surround yourself with a community of faith where you can find encouragement and support. And most importantly, extend the peace you have received to others. A kind word, a listening ear, a compassionate heart. These are the ways we bring God's peace into a restless world. Beloved believers, I ask you, what storms are you facing today? What waves threaten to overwhelm you? Take a moment to name them, then surrender them to God. Close your eyes and imagine placing your fears, your doubts, your struggles into His hands. Feel the weight lifting as His peace fills your heart. Share your journey with us in the comments below. How have you experienced God's peace in your life? What storms has He carried you through? Let us encourage one another, for we are a community united by faith and hope. And don't forget to subscribe to The Anointed for more messages that inspire and uplift. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, remember this: you are not defined by the storms you face, but by the peace you carry within. The waves may roar, but they cannot drown the voice of God calling you to trust Him. Will you step into the eye of the storm and find His peace? The choice is yours, and the journey continues. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, as we journey toward the culmination of this sacred path, let us reflect on the fruits of trust, faith, and perseverance. What lies beyond the storms, the trials, and the struggles? It is a life of prosperity, not merely material wealth, but a deeper, richer abundance. Clarity, fulfillment, and divine alignment. When you walk in God's purpose, blessings flow like rivers, refreshing your soul and guiding you toward His ultimate plan. What does prosperity mean for the chosen ones of God? It is not defined by worldly riches, but by the overflow of divine favor. Think of Joseph once more. From the pit to the palace, his journey was marked by hardship, but every step prepared him for his destiny. As Pharaoh's right-hand man, Joseph not only saved Egypt, but also reunited with the very family that betrayed him. His abundance was not just in status or power, but in the restoration of relationships and the fulfillment of God's promises. Beloved believers, do you believe that God has a plan of prosperity for you? Jeremiah 29 verse 11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." These words are not distant promises for others. They are for you, the chosen ones of God. Your journey, with all its highs and lows, is leading you toward a purpose greater than you can imagine. When you align yourself with God's purpose, you gain a new perspective. Like a traveler who ascends a mountain, the higher you climb, the clearer the view becomes. You begin to see through the fog of lies and manipulations, recognizing truth and discerning the path ahead. Beloved believers, have you felt this clarity in your life? Perhaps it is a moment when a decision suddenly felt right, or when God's guidance illuminated your next step. This clarity is not accidental. It is a gift given to those who seek Him. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119 verse 105. As you draw closer to God, He reveals the steps you must take to fulfill your purpose. Trust that His light will guide you through the darkness, one step at a time. Prosperity does not mean the absence of challenges. It means the ability to overcome them with faith and determination. Picture a river flowing steadily toward the ocean. Along the way, it encounters rocks and barriers, but it does not stop. Instead, it finds a way around, over, or through. This is the resilience of the chosen ones of God. No obstacle can halt the plans He has for you. What obstacles are you facing today? Is it fear, doubt, or a sense of inadequacy? Remember that these are mere stepping stones, not roadblocks. Philippians 4 verse 13 assures us, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. With God, every challenge is an opportunity to grow, every setback a chance to learn, and every trial a testament to His faithfulness. When you walk in alignment with God's purpose, you become a magnet for opportunities and favor. Imagine a garden in full bloom, its fragrance drawing people from all directions. This is the life of someone living in divine alignment, a life that inspires, uplifts, and blesses others. Beloved believers, think about the story of Ruth. She could have remained in despair after losing her husband, but her loyalty and faithfulness led her to Boaz and a life of abundance. Like Ruth, your faithfulness in small things will open doors to greater blessings. Trust that God is orchestrating events, bringing the right people and opportunities into your life at the right time. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, the time has come to step fully into your prosperity and purpose. Reflect on the journey you have taken, through the trials, the silence, the storms, and recognize how they have shaped you. You are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever to embrace the life God has planned for you. Ask yourself, what purpose is God calling me to fulfill? What steps can I take today to align my life with His will? Share your reflections in the comments below. Your story may inspire someone else on their journey. Let us encourage one another as a community of believers, united in faith and hope. And don't forget to subscribe to The Anointed for more empowering messages that guide you toward your divine purpose. Beloved believers, remember this: you are chosen by God, and His plans for you are good. Walk boldly, knowing that you are equipped with everything you need to succeed. The road may not always be easy, but the rewards are eternal. Prosperity is not just a destination. It is a way of life, a life lived in faith, trust, and alignment with the Creator. Will you take the first step today? Will you trust that the hands that shaped the stars are the same hands guiding your life? The journey is before you, the path is clear, and the blessings are waiting. Step into your purpose with confidence, for you are the chosen ones of God, and your destiny is radiant with His glory. The time is now. The journey continues. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, as we bring this journey to a close, let us pause and reflect on the profound truth we have uncovered. Your life is not a series of random events, but a divine tapestry, carefully woven by the Creator's hands. Every trial, every triumph, every moment of silence, and every revelation is part of a greater purpose. A purpose uniquely crafted for you as one of God's chosen. From the story of Joseph's resilience to Jesus' ultimate sacrifice, we are reminded that being chosen is not about avoiding challenges, but rising above them with faith, strength, and trust in God's plan. Like a seed breaking through the soil, a diamond forged under pressure, or a lighthouse guiding others in the storm, your life is meant to shine, inspire, and lead. The message is clear. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are called to something greater. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you embrace the peace, freedom, and prosperity that comes from living in alignment with God's purpose? Beloved believers, the choice is yours. Take the first step today and trust that He will guide you every step of the way. Before we part, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your journey. What has resonated with you the most? What lessons or revelations are you taking away from this message? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. Let us support and uplift one another as a community of faith. If this message has inspired you, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who may need encouragement today. Together, we can spread the light of hope and truth to those still searching for it. Beloved believers, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to The Anointed. Our channel is dedicated to inspiring and empowering you on your spiritual journey. By joining us, you become part of a family that seeks to walk in God's truth and purpose every day. Click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a message designed to uplift and guide you. As you step away from this message, carry with you the assurance that you are not alone. The storms of life may come, but you have the peace of God within you. The voices of doubt may try to pull you down, but you have the strength to rise. You are not defined by your struggles, but by your faith, your purpose, and the love of the one who calls you his own. Beloved believers, the chosen ones of God, this is your time to shine. Your journey is far from over. Trust the process, embrace your calling, and walk boldly into the future God has prepared for you. Together, let us live lives that glorify Him and inspire others to do the same. Thank you for joining us today, and may God's abundant blessings guide and protect you always. Until next time, remain steadfast, beloved believers, and never forget, you are chosen.